Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Poker House live in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to Thursday Night Poker. Chris May's $200 buy-in, 3K guarantee final table. I'm Eddie, the Asian sensation, in the booth. Also have Mr. Matt Osborne with me. Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. We got over 30 viewers this 10:30 in the evening. Gonna get started here in just a few seconds with action. And here we go.
Live and ready. Final table. Nice prize pool. So over 7,000 right now in the prize pool. So it's a healthy night. $200 entry. I like this.
Yeah, every week this tournament getting bigger, just like Katie's tournament. We're in level 11 where the blinds are 3K for the small blind, 6K for the big blind, 6K big blind Annie. Total prize pool of $7,310. Total of 43 players. 9 remaining. Final table here. Stacy in the box. Craig on action tracker. Same way we started off last night.
Some new faces at this final table.
Hand one. Somebody liking the stream. I don't know who we got.
Oh, thank you for liking the stream.
Chris Lego liking the stream. Thank you very much. Derek in the hijack with 20 big blinds going to open with Jack 10 offsuit. Chris May's out of the small blind, going to 3-bet to 43K. Going to take down this pot. Tournament named after him.
Yeah, good point. So Chris Lego says in the chat, thank you for following us on YouTube, but 43 entrants in this tournament. There it is. You see the graphic up on screen. This is a healthy turnout. We like this. It's been growing every week. Chris has been really building this quite a bit. Like you said, Wednesday and Thursday between Katie's game and Chris's tournament. These are a fun back-to-back 1-2 punch for tournament poker during the middle of the week.
Again, thank you for joining in this evening. Deshaun Carr liking the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream.
Thank you, thank you.
And again, for those of you that are not subscribed to our social media platforms, we are on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I don't even know the other social media platform. I'm just trying to say all of them off the top of my head if I can remember.
In the near future, potentially Twitter?
Twitch.
And Twitch.
I'm just saying, okay.
We'll just add them all. Twitter seems to be popular right now.
Got Arthur in the cutoff, going to jam about 13 big lines with ace-king offsuit. Jason K in the small blind with ace
13 bigs.
7.
I don't know that I would say you have to jam right now with 13 bigs.
Going to get him to fold.
I would certainly do a healthy open, but you want to induce some action, right?
Well, generally speaking, in late position, I'll check the charts, but I'm pretty sure with 13 bigs, ace-king in the cutoff is a jam.
Is it?
Yeah, let's just double check. Got to check my solvers. Yeah, let's see. 13 bigs, I'm going to say.
I'm still a fresh Padawan from the school of Eddie Bat Poker.
We'll go 15 bigs. I'll go 12 bigs. Was he in the cutoff?
He was in the cutoff.
Yeah, ace-king off is a shove.
There it is.
All in right there.
The chart's confirmed.
Dark red means
now
all
we know.
In. Ralph Pipkin from
North Carolina.
Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome to the game. Yeah, how did you find us? That's fantastic.
Have a friend on?
And for those of you that are watching, please go to YouTube if you haven't already. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing really helps us. We're trying to get over 1,000 subscribers.
I don't even know what we're at. But
At last check early in the week, we had just crested over 800. So
okay, let's go.
We need 200 more. We're trying to get to that. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to start giving away a whole bunch of
I think we need to
items.
Induce people to get to 1,000. Renee Tarib. Renee liking the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream.
We are at 856, so we need, what is that?
Oh my gosh,
100? Yeah, 144.
Let's go.
We're getting there.
I'm going to get it for those of you on the chat. Like, subscribe.
Share
for sure. Definitely.
Absolutely. Beg all of your poker playing friends to also go on and like and subscribe. All of it helps us.
And here are our chip counts. Jason Cat at the top with 42 big blinds, 256K.
Chris Mays right behind him with 39 bigs.
And Bo B all the way down at the bottom with 10 big blinds. Still has a little bit of chips to work with, but it's going to need to make a move sooner or later here.
Now, we've seen Chris, I think, make it down to the chop when they get down to like 3 or 4, but never solely won this tournament yet. So tonight could be the night.
I know Eric's listening right now.
Uh-oh.
And, so we need to come up with a nickname for you.
Oh.
Okay. Here's Eric's nickname.
Oh.
It's Senor GTO Eric, the almighty chop block Anderson. How do you like that, Eric?
Chop block, I love it.
And then what's yours, man? We got to come up with one.
I don't even know.
Oh, we got Bad Data Gaming from Toronto, Canada. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, here we go. We got all-in situation. Ace King versus Ace Queen.
Oh, speaking of Eric, his better half is in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you for the support here. All right, so we have a race. Ace King versus Ace Queen flip. This never goes well, right?
Yeah. Parking lot hand Ace Queen gets the queen.
Speaking of, here it is. I have been on this side of Ace King so many times.
Chris Mays running go. Oh, my gosh.
Only a jack can save him at this point, and it does not happen. Wow. You hear Chris say, sorry.
He ain't sorry.
He's not sorry. He wants the chips. He feels bad for the knockout, but he wants the chips.
I'm not going to lie. If Jesus Christ was at the table, even though I love Jesus Christ, I'd knock him out too. So, for the record.
You play to win.
Yeah. For all those Christian viewers, sorry about that.
Which is actually the proper thing to do. It's not a sorry thing. Otherwise, it's collusion.
That's right. And I know Eric's not a chop. He doesn't chop, and he doesn't pay out an extra position. So
I think the entire live stream team is pretty much pro no chop.
Super pro no chop.
Yep. And now Chris Mays, we just saw on the graphic, has taken the chip lead. So 8-handed, Chris is the chip lead. This is going to be a fun ride to follow along.
Some of these players new to the live stream.
Brand new, C2 especially.
C2. I think he's from out of town. I think he actually came here on a whim.
So what I heard, and I don't know if I misheard the story.
Yeah.
But that he was actually on a transfer flight to, I think, New York.
Yeah.
But something happened. They got delayed here. So he decided, since we're close to the airport, he just came right over here to check us out.
Way to miss your flight in DGen and play poker.
I love this, though.
That's something I would do.
Yeah, this is great. And now he's in position to really take home a W.
And look at Chris Mays waking up with pocket aces with 50 big blinds
after
in the middle position.
Ace Queen knockout. Let's go.
5 with a suited Jason with a suited ace gonna 3-bet or raise to 21K.
Yeah, Bobby in 6 and Monty in 7 I know well. 5 is a new face to me as well.
Chris Mays going to come back and 3-bet to 91K. Going to make it 4x, pretty large sizing. If you're going to 3-bet out of position at this stack depth, you could go a little smaller. Usually your sizing here is going to want to be 2.5 to 3.2x. So a 4x raise here, especially with this stack depth against these chip stacks and two of the chip leaders, you're going to want to call.
Right. Well, and there's still plenty of play left.
Still plenty of play. I like the raise from Jason.
I do too. And just for this reason, it gives you a little bit of perspective as to where you may be in the hand. But I'm not going to lie. So we've established a lot on these streams that I'm probably more aggressive of a player than a lot of people.
Yeah, I probably would have busted. Like I said, I'm either winning the tournament or I'm busting.
Yeah.
Not making the fight or not firing 4 bullets.
But I would potentially, I think, really talk myself into a flat right there and see what the texture of the flop is.
Yeah.
And then decide how to proceed. Knowing that I'm probably behind going to the flop.
Yeah.
But just seeing if I could take a significant chunk of chips. I would invest in it.
And typically strategy out of small blind, especially with a hand like pocket aces, you want to call behind you.
Yeah.
So which is why I like a smaller raise size versus 4x.
Right.
Something like 2.5 to 3.2x. To get now. With that being said, if you 3-bet into that side, Rounder from Florida, correct?
Hello, Rounder.
Bigger turnout this evening. Last night we got up to about 40 viewers, just over 45 viewers to this evening here.
Nice.
At 10:30 on a Thursday evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for showing up again.
Absolutely. Thank you indeed.
Again, Stacy in the box, announcing action.
Stacy does such a great job.
Rounder, I'm actually thinking about coming down for that tournament. Thinking about
Wait, hang on. I'm reading this right now.
yeah.
The WBC $400 $1 million
Hard Rock.
guarantee. Really?
Yeah, it's 400, and then
When?
next? It's like for like 2 weeks, and then I believe there's
Oh my
the
goodness.
$3,500 $2 million guarantee.
I'm envious.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm considering going down to Rounders to play the $1,400 million guarantee tomorrow, but I haven't decided yet. And then the Hard Rock stuff is just too good. Like one of my
Do they still run the really aggressive cash play promos as well? The high hand promos and things like that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what Pat was saying. Pat's saying he's actually going the Friday
It's still
and Saturday
going on?
after
Ooh,
Thanksgiving.
I'm envious.
Yeah.
I'm vicariously going to go with you.
Yeah.
But I can't leave here.
Poker Monkeys in the chat saying, hey there.
Welcome to the game.
And again, about 4 minutes into level 12, where the blinds are 4K for the small blind, big blind 8K, big blind 8K. Picking up action.
Pocket jacks out of Arthur. From under the gun, Chris Mays with King 10 lets it go. I don't blame him there.
It's a pretty large sizing, just slightly under 4X.
Oh, what is
See
the
what
all
with
in?
queens.
Oh, Ed, Derek S. all in with 8s. My goodness.
And then Peter in the 2-seat with queens.
Here we go. This is what I'm here for.
Action. Probably going to lose 1 or 2 players on this hand.
Oh, Ralph says got invited by Chris from TikTok. Thank you, Ralph, for following the invite. Thank you, Chris, for putting it out there and promoting the game and the stream. We appreciate that. This is by far an absolute exceptional team effort.
No, he's not going to do it.
You can't let this go. But look at the hand gesture there.
I mean, if you have...
Oh.
What just happened? Oh, wow. Peter in the big blind folding queen.
I'm fascinated to know what his...
See what his facial reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Very exploitative full there. I guess he's played with Arthur knowing that he's raising pretty big from under the gun.
I think, yeah, he definitely predicted a stronger hand.
Yeah. I'm getting queens in.
Yeah, but... Oh.
And Peter would have knocked both players out.
He would have.
Derek thinking he's out. Still has about 21K left. Just under 3 big blinds. Yeah, Rounder, the 3,500 $2 million guarantee starts. Yeah. So they have Rounders has the 1,400 $1 million guarantee. So for those of you in the chat, I have been out for the most part. Been in Choctaw, pew pew, max bullets firing, playing tournament. Had a
Representing proudly.
had a pretty good trip. Had a number of cashes. Won a title, not a ring, but still won a. Technically, I can still tell people I'm a WSOP circuit title.
It's official.
Yeah, technically
It is.
It's not. It wasn't a ring of it, but nonetheless, won one, and then kind of riding it a little bit and see how things go. Considering maybe going down to San Antonio to fire that 1,400 million, but it's a multi bag min cash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you start off with 50K.
This just gets better and better.
50K, and it's 40-minute levels on day one.
I am so envious of this.
I know.
And even just to have the time to play, I'd play every flight.
Yeah.
If it's a multi-bag,
Pew, pew, pew,
I would.
pew.
I would play every single flight.
For sure.
Yeah, good for them. Poker is alive and well right now.
Yeah.
Be on this side of COVID and how everybody just kind of got locked in.
Right.
This is a great day to be a poker player just across the country.
Nearly 50 viewers in the chat.
Welcome to the game, guys. We're glad that you came and joined us. Once again, you got Matt and Eddie on the mics. Or I guess Eddie and Matt, really how it should go. So
Derek going to shove the rest of his chips in for 2 big blinds. They're probably going to make the call with Queen Jack offsuit.
22 bigs, yeah.
Knowing that Derek could be shoving really wide there.
Yeah. Well, and you can afford that race.
Yeah.
It really just doesn't matter what you have.
The camera's a little bright.
So note to self, we can get a light meter and start testing it out. Make sure everybody's on the same equal. Yeah, this 110 is odd.
Yeah. And what do you guys think about the new overhead flop cam?
Look at this. So sexy. This cam is fantastic.
Derek turning the 7. Starting the Queen or Jack. Bricks on the river. Derek getting up to 5 big blinds now.
Yeah.
Sure, Peter's kicking himself for folding those queens. That's a tough fold. I mean,
It is. It's one of those you don't want to be results oriented.
Yeah, and when I see somebody open from under the gun that big, to me, that actually screams tens or jacks. A lot of people have, a lot of players.
I tend to go with that, or just an aggressive ace-king shove.
Yeah. And so a lot of players don't want to get called with tens or jacks.
That's usually what that says.
And so they bet
Please go away and let me just
4x.
take this hand.
Kind of for protection.
Yep.
Now, with that being said, the only thing that's really calling you is something that's better and you're in big trouble. And with that being said, that's a thing that you see more from recreational players and something
Sure.
I pay attention to.
Yeah,
Jason under the gun, folding pocket fives.
Understanding the table makeup, I think, is critical to tournament poker.
And I know some of these players have been playing with each other for a few hours now.
Giggity. Ooh. All right, so here we go. Arthur with ace-king. Chris Mays with queen-9. I doubt he'll come along with queen-9. Yeah.
Squeezing from the small line, rightfully so, correct move.
Yeah, I like it.
Glenda Mays saying, hey, Danny Joe.
Glenda. Glenda's awesome.
Getting about halfway through level 12. As you can see in the bottom right of the screen, or right there on the screen.
There it is.
4Ks for small blind, 8K big blind, 8K big blind ante. Next level is going to be 5K, 10K, 10K big blind ante.
Look at that. Average chip stack, 161,000. Yeah. So much play left in this.
A lot of play left.
I like that we get to view a final table and actually see poker being played and not just snap call, snap shove.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Now, with that being said, as the levels increase and and stack depths decrease, you're going to see a lot of shoving, especially from players between the 15 to 20 big blind range.
And I'm ready for that in about 35 minutes.
Right.
But I want to see a little bit of just back and forth. I miss poker that has 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet raises. You know what I mean? So give me that. Give me all of that.
Monty gonna raise under the gun with King Jack suited, limping in. Monty with Ace 10 suited, gonna raise a 25K.
I mean, that's aggressive with Ace 10, but to get it in early, you can get other Ace 10s out, other Ace 9s. I stand corrected. Not with Chris. But in general, I think you get those hands to probably lay down.
Yeah.
So early opens generally speak to the strength of hand, I think.
Right. Board that doesn't really hit much of anybody.
They're essentially just holding each other's outs.
Yeah, some backdoor straight draws, some backdoor club draws. Oh. Turn 4 spades. Chris May's going to lead out here. Going to bet 50 into about 91K. Just slightly over half pot.
And ends with the best hand.
Yeah, and gets both under the gun and Monty to fold.
And he's building
with aggression.
A bigger stack.
Now with nearly 50 big blinds, with 8 players remaining.
Yeah, Chris is primed. He's setting himself up for a good run. I know he's ready more than anybody to finally take the victory.
Right.
So 48 bigs here. You see Derek at the bottom with 5 bigs. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of play still left, but Chris is a dominating lead at the moment. And of course, we're certainly rooting for him to succeed. Glenda says, go Chris. Quite possibly the sweetest player at any poker table that you could sit at. So we love Glenda. Oh, can you shut that door?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So Ace King is coming out fast and furious.
Danny at +1 and going to open to 16. Pretty standard open. Well,
now, what do you think of the flat here?
From Peter and the 2C with Ace King. Definitely going to want to be shoving.
It is sneaky.
Yeah.
But with only 20 bigs.
And Danny probably thinks he has the best hand here. He's probably going to shove the rest of his chips.
I mean, yeah, with 7 bigs left, I don't know why you would hold it back. Now you just got to pray.
Doesn't shove. He just bets 1/3 pot. Leaves himself about 5 big blinds. Looks like Peter's grabbing some raisin chips there. Looks like he's going to be putting Danny all in. See what sizing he uses for his raise.
Right. I'm starting to get the impression that Peter is a very methodical player.
Going to make it 3x. Going to definitely force Danny to get the rest of his chips in. Thinking his ace is good. Not going to like what he sees here when Peter flips over ace king.
Yeah, he's drawing to a 9.
Yeah, and a 9 only. Going to need a lot of help on the turn or the river. Turn is a 10, bringing no help. Now only drawn to 3 outs, about 3%. Oh, there must be, it's probably less than 3% because I think his true outs were about 2. So there must have been a 9 somewhere in there.
Probably was missing. Yeah.
Now 7 players left.
Look at that. Good game. All right, so we're on the bubble.
And if you see here in a few minutes, we'll be going on a 5-minute break, but we'll still stay in here in the booth.
Absolutely. We're not going anywhere, so stick with us. You know, this is one of my my favorite repeated conversations. So,
right.
Paying the bubble, yes or no?
Negative, sir.
Always negative.
Always. I'm definitely a no pay.
But I do. I've been floating this around now since I heard it. I do still love and support the concept of I'll just take the smallest stack and offer them 1.5 times the next payout to just surrender their stack and go.
I've never considered that. That's something that definitely never crossed my mind.
It never has to me either, but I love it. You take the small stack out of play, which is no longer damaging. I dig that quite a bit more.
Picking up action here in hand 12, the final table.
I just don't ever want to give somebody a reason to just go to auto shove without a care. I want you to feel the pressure of potentially not cashing because this is the time now I can pick on the second and third smallest stack that's waiting on the smallest stack to bust.
Jason on the button with queens. Let's see what he does here. Definitely going to open. 21,000. Pretty standard open. A lot of times when you're on the button, probably going to show queens. Yeah. When you're on the button. So the earlier you're in position when you open, you can use a smaller size because players are going to know if you're opening from early position, you're pretty strong. So
right.
You usually see 2 to 2.2x in later stages. Now, once you start getting another 50 big blinds, definitely once you start getting another 30 big blinds, opening sizes in early position can be anywhere from 2 to 2.2.
Okay.
Some players will open 2.5. You know, the GTO method definitely won't go above 2.5.
Right.
But, you know, as players fold, you get the later position cutoff button. You know, if you're going to open to disincentivize the small blind and big blind from calling, you
sizing
can use.
Goes up.
Yeah, your sizing can go up. You know, 2.5 to 3x. Generally, don't see it going above 3x. Although there are times when I will do it, but that's, you know, situation dependent, player dependent. Who's on my left to my right. So,
and what I've discovered is if I know that somebody is just really defending heavy in the big blind, I will certainly size up.
Yeah.
So from the small blind because I think they're going to call anyway. So I want to apply financial pressure to that call.
Yeah, it looks like we're going three ways to this flop. 32K in. Flop with 2 diamonds and ace. Monty flopping the best of it.
Monty, we got some stream likers.
Yeah,
thank you, David Mayfield. We appreciate the support.
Rounder saying last night was in a 2-5 with a $10 big blind and a 15 minimum buy-in. We actually have two. This is cool. I don't know if you knew this or not. We have 2-5 match the stack games going on right now.
2 different games.
Yeah, it's 2 different games.
Yeah. So
and one hand of PLO per round. So
that's right.
Rounder, one of the games we run here, I guess this is more recent. It's a 2-5 match the stack with a one hand of PLO and a
PLO bomb pot.
And a PLO bomb pot on every dealer, change every half hour. So when the dealer gets pushed, it's a game kind of we run here in Texas.
It's been a fun game to watch.
Again, first place playing nearly $2,600, $2,559.
That's incredible.
Second playing $1,608. Third paying $1,096. Fourth, $804. Fifth, $658. And sixth, $585. Now, as you start seeing as we start losing players, once you start getting four-handed, now the pay jumps from 6th to 4th are relatively flat, so not so much to consider from an ICM perspective. But once you start getting like 4 remaining players, there are some ICM implications that need to be factored into decision making. So Arthur under the gun, ace 10 suited, going to open with 24 big blinds, going to make it 24K, about 3x. Can you believe we have 66 viewers at 11 o'clock on a Thursday night?
Let's go.
That's thanks to all of you in the chat. Peter with King Queen. Hand you standard, it's pretty standard defend from the big blind, even though it's an early position open. But we did see him fold queens earlier to an open and a reshove.
We did.
So,
yeah, very conservative play. Not a criticism. He's obviously gotten to this point and look at his chip stack. Really, it's more me and all because I'm just not used to playing conservative. So,
yeah,
like to see the value and the benefits of it.
Pretty standard defend here from the big blind, even though it's, again, an under the gun open.
Yeah.
King, queen offsuit, it's a standard defend.
Live cards, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And hits top pair.
And definitely, this is a board that can favor both of them.
Yeah. This is where I come out for probably 25 or 30,000.
He's going to choose to lead.
Yeah. I support this. Less than what I thought. A lot of value to call here. Oh,
that's actually a pretty standard street. On a board like this, especially with him having the king of hearts and having top pair, yeah, you're going to want to see quarter size pot bet 1/3 and maybe up to about 40%. So he makes it just above 25, quarter. I think it was 16, so those 60K, he makes it about 16K. So pretty, standard. Now, the lead is unusual because sometimes that queen can hit Arthur's opening range, but, you could definitely see a check call there. Maybe he was worried about hearts. Again, with him having king of hearts, less likely for Arthur to have those types of draws. Peter looks like a Jedi with the cloak. He does.
Yes, he does. Oh, that's great.
Rick Fielding saying, "Go, Chris." And Lance Bartowski saying, "I like turtles." I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but
I don't know either. But I'm also pro turtle.
Yeah, I'm pro turtle too. So
yeah.
We here at Poker House Dallas
we
support
love turtles.
Support turtles.
We all forms of turtles, especially Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. What was your favorite Ninja Turtle growing up?
Oh, Raphael.
Oh, really?
Hands down. It wasn't even close.
I was Michelangelo because he liked the pizza, so that was my jam. Someone just subscribed. Appreciate that. That was Andy Dieter. Thank you very much for subscribing. We appreciate your support.
So for our 69 viewers, please make sure you've gone on and subscribed. We appreciate it. We already see some of you guys doing that already, and I know many of you have already subscribed. It helps us tremendously. You guys are fantastic. I know I'm constantly thanking the live stream production team here, but man, thank you to the viewers as well. So we put a lot of effort into trying to provide the best show that we can for the viewers, and we appreciate the feedback that you guys provide us every day, every stream.
Now, on the table, we are on a 5-minute break, and we will not be taking a break here in the booth.
Not at all.
They are going to be coloring up the 1K chip. So, again, for those of you that are new to our live stream, the yellow chips are 1K chips. The pink chips are 5K chips. Now, we have some light blue ones that are 25K chips. Probably won't get to that point in this tournament where we need to color up to 25K. For those of you that were earlier in the chat, you saw some purple chips. Those were 500 chips. Obviously, those were raced off before we started the final table. Or I guess they were raced off. So if you didn't get a chance to see those are the color denominations we use here. So Luis Rodriguez liking the stream. Thank you. Adam Saldana likes turtles. Did you know that?
Look at that. Well, all right. So now that we've got this break, we're going to need to know, what was your favorite Ninja Turtle? Let's get into this. Speaking of turtles, so turtles are kind of a big deal in our house, and they weren't always. But while we sit here, so not only do I have a turtle necklace on, so it just seems topical, so legit. But
oh, that's actually really fun that you actually have one of those on.
I know. But also, so my daughter and I, we've been doing this now for a little over a year and a half.
Okay.
Catch me lying, somewhere around there. We go and we feed wild turtles every morning before school.
Okay, I remember you telling us that story.
Yeah, so that's a part of our daily routine. So legit, we are very pro turtle.
Wild turtle. Wild turtle. Okay.
Sorry.
I like it.
Sometimes I have the stream on because sometimes the past couple of times we've been streaming, we haven't been getting all
the chat.
all the chatter from the chat. So
So we follow on our phone just so that we can make sure that we keep up to date with every single comment that we can find.
and those are our chip counts again for the remaining 6 or 7 players left in this tournament.
That's right.
Corey saying his daughter has 2 pet turtles. Thanks for tuning in, Corey.
Corey, look at that.
Man, it was a really good. At first, we didn't even have enough to start on time. Did you know that? We didn't have 6 at 6. We didn't have 6 players at 6 p.m. So one of our rules here, in order for a tournament to get going, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to have 6 players.
6 players.
6 players
Before one full level has expired.
Right, before one full level has expired, and like 10 minutes into it, we only had 10. I'm sorry, we only had 4. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
You only had 4, and then
No, I
everybody.
didn't pay attention to that.
And now, obviously, looking at the screen, 43 players total with a generating our total price pool of $7,300.
Look at that. So we're low key shaming everyone
Yeah.
for taking so long to enter.
Show up on time.
You almost cost a $7,000 prize pool to not
Yeah.
exist. But to those 4 who were here, we salute you.
Yeah.
High five.
And again, one of the things we kind of want to accomplish here at Poker House, which is not typical that you see from other live streaming rooms, casinos across the country. A lot of those other rooms, they generally only stream high stakes cash, final tables of tournaments.
And I get the reason why that is. There's so much involved behind the scenes.
That is for sure 100% accurate.
You would know better than anyone. But yes, so because of how intricate the problems can be and just so many moving parts, I understand why rooms will now only
Right.
focus on high end because they feel like that's where they're going to get the most bang for the buck.
Right.
We are unafraid to show, I think, our progress here with
Right.
improving the stream. And I say this almost every stream, but warts and all, you're going to see the flaws, the mistakes. And also, as we troubleshoot problems and figure this process out and improve the process, we get better and better.
And I think we've done a really good job as we progressed.
Well, I'm not going to include we in that, but you guys have done a tremendous job.
Yeah,
So I have done nothing to do that.
and Papa Eric leaving, letting us kind of like fly out from under the wing.
It's a lot of faith, right?
Yeah, so, but definitely I've been in contact with Eric since he left
You
the
have
past
been.
few days. So always trying to live stream and trying to troubleshoot. Oh,
We also see, so Ralph comes back and says Master Splinter was his favorite. Yeah, I get it. That's a good pick.
yeah, Greg. I totally hear where Min and Greg are coming from. Hey, we're back picking up action here. 7 players remaining. Level 13, 5K small blind, 10K big blind, 10K big blind. Annie.
Yep. Chris May still at the top of the leaderboard. Greg Stowe says, "Go, Chris."
They're trying to ladder up here, trying to make the money. Again, the top 6 get paid, and top 6 get paid only unless they made a deal somehow that I didn't know that we have unaware of. So
On the break, yep.
Yeah.
I'm low key also rooting for Peter to at least make the final 3,
yeah, again,
just for the story.
pretty cool that he had a flight delay, decided to come over.
I'm sorry. 7 full hoop, 1 bow. Forgot for a second. 2 bows.
Yeah, and Min saying the 6 p.m. start time is good and bad, but you like it so we can finish and stream as well. And Craig saying 6 p.m. is too early start on a weeknight. Now, Greg, registration 20-minute blinds for our weekly night tournaments
20,000.
have 2 hours open at registration. So if you get here by 6:30, 6:45, you're still gonna have a lot of chips to play with.
You are. Absolutely.
irrespective of whatever tournament it is that we have going on.
And this is something, so we've played with the start time quite a bit. And I think we've done everything from probably 5 o'clock to an 8 o'clock start.
Yeah.
And everything in between. We landed on 6 because ultimately we're recognizing that for the average recreational player, staying up, to 2 a.m., 3 a.m., trying to finish up a final table, right? It's such a drain on you mentally that you still have to get up and go to work and be functional the next morning. So it will deter you from playing, knowing that if the game goes that late. So when we run a 6 o'clock start, this final table will traditionally end midnight, 12:30.
Yeah.
Which is late-ish, but big difference from 12:30 to 3:30.
Yeah.
So that 3 hours earlier, just from that 1 hour start, makes
Derek
all the difference.
Gonna get his 2.5 big blinds in with King 5 suited. Not a horrible hand to get his hand in. Definitely has some live cards relative to what all these players will have. Hey, Bobby waking up with Ace King.
Oh.
Gonna have to call
Ace Queen.
Ace Queen suited. Sorry.
Absolutely.
All right, face up.
Here's the other thing, too. So to incentivize players to get here and be on time, we also do a cash game promo. So the hour before any tournament begins, you can play cash for free with proof of a registered entrance into the tournament.
Ace in the window.
Look at this.
Pretty much gonna be putting Derek.
Low-key spade draw.
Yeah.
If he can spike a spade,
Oh, turn some
look
out.
at this. So he's got a little bit of hope left. He needs any spade to connect.
Stacy with the slow roll river card.
Oh, I
Just
thought it
misses
was.
it.
Look at that.
Derek now just missing out of the money. Good game.
Man,
Kinda
fist bump
started
to
the-
Stacy for really selling the drama there. I like the slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the money.
Here we go. Final 6.
Final 6. There you see the remaining payouts. Well, the remaining players and the total payout in the prize pool.
BT Hale comes in, says Leo was his favorite because he was the leader, but his friends refused to let him be him because he was so much more like Michelangelo.
BT, that makes sense.
It totally
Bro.
makes sense. Yeah, he could never be Leonardo. He could be a leader.
Yeah. No, yo, BT, Matt just low-key said you don't have leadership material.
Wow.
Literally just low-key calls you out on the street.
Really, I just want to hang out with Michelangelo.
Yeah. That's how I interpreted it, BT. I don't know how you interpret it. That's how I interpreted it.
Wow.
Peter under the gun with pocket nines. Let's see if he continues to use his large size. Oh, no, wait, that's Peter. So that was Arthur.
Right. Arthur was definitely willing to go, but just the flat once again.
Just going to limp in. Christmas is going to open. Probably going to raise here. Let's see what size
I would
he
like
uses.
to see a raise.
Yeah, 40 makes it 68.
There it is, 60.
It's a pretty large
Ooh,
sizing.
That is. That's healthy.
7 fold.
Oh, was that your big blind? I'm sorry, bud. I was going to keep it, but you looked.
All right, so we got Chris Mays with the suited ace queen, pocket threes, pocket nines. The potential for fireworks. Let's see how these players will navigate these waters. BT Hale in the chat says, sheesh, bully Matt.
3 fold.
Again, Peter being very, very conservative on this final table.
He is.
Again, sometimes tight is right, but sometimes tight puts you in a...
Sometimes tight is right.
Yeah. I would have made a comment, but we're on the streams, though.
Fair point.
Felt like he missed a couple spots earlier with the queens. Nines there. I mean, probably could have open folded that hand. Again, knowing that he's got a pretty decent chip stack and potentially looking to ladder up, make some more additional money.
I love the overhead flop cam.
Yeah,
so
love
much.
it.
3 fold. 4 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 all in.
Ooh, Monty ships it in. Ace 10 suited. We know Peter's not going to come along for this.
Pretty standard rip. Blind versus blind with
Yep.
less than 10 big blinds.
Picks up a little bit more equity to his stack.
Now Monty was up in Choctaw with me, made day 2 in the main. I finished 62nd in the main at about 1100, and he finished like 75th. So
wow.
Had a pretty. It was a tough. On my day 2 table, I had 2 bracelet winners and a guy that had multiple circuit ring, and I faded a bunch of players. I think there's about 162 players to day 2, and knock that. So under the gun +1 opens with jacks, and I'm in the cutoff with ace king offsuit, so I rip it for 15 bigs, which is pretty standard. And then flips over jack, ace in the window, jack on the turn. That was not. That wasn't sound effects. That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you, sir. I do my
Yeah.
best.
Little pitchy.
Yeah. Chris May's under the gun with queen jack suited. Just gonna limp here instead of opening, especially with his chip stack size. Could definitely see him opening there.
I can't not see Jedi now with Peter.
Yeah.
The comment of the night.
Peter going to complete with king 8 offsuit in the small blind, and Arthur checking his option with 10-8 suited.
See, I would
Oh,
I
wow.
would raise with 10-8. I love that hand so much.
Going to be an action flop here.
Eric says no bubble pay. I like it.
Check by Peter. Arthur bets with top pair. Chris snap calling with a diamond draw and with backdoor straight draw as well.
Oh,
Gets there. Got open
open-ended
straight-
royal draw. Look at
Check,
that.
check. Gonna bring in a 9.
3 check.
I don't see how he gets any kind of payoff
Yeah.
with this, but he does take the victory on this hand.
Bets about half pot for value. I don't know.
Oh,
Looks like Arthur May getting calling chips out here.
it sure looked like he's sizing it.
Yeah, you're not beating much here. Really, pretty much just have a bluff catcher.
Oh,
Gonna make
He
the call.
did
Gonna
get
see
some
the bad
value.
news. And Chris uses sizing his bet on the river to get a call. I mean, he got there. I mean, he didn't need the flush. He would have, he got there with the flush, but just for measure, river to straight as well.
yeah, he had options. He could take you to one.
Yeah, Eric, or was it Senor? Was it Senor GTO Eric the Almighty Chop Block Anderson saying no bubble pay like Matt said. South Dakota or North Dakota where you're at right now? I think it's South Dakota.
Wait, he's in Dakotas?
Yeah,
I thought it was Minnesota.
he was in Minnesota.
Oh,
So I got to tell you this really funny story from this morning. I did a favor for Eric this morning. It's really
Whoa.
funny. Get your head out the gutter. you wrong for that. You wrong for that.
look at you doing favors.
Yeah. Jason opening under the gun with ace king offsuit.
30.
Gonna make it 30.
6 fold.
Again, 3x under the gun. Sizes you don't see that often. And usually you would probably want to make open to 20, 25K, but 3x is a little big. It's still okay. You're definitely going to want action with ace king offsuit. No calls. Going to pick up
Dawson.
the blinds.
Dawson says, let's go, Chris. Chris has got quite a few fans right now watching the stream.
So here's a story. So I think he was out there helping set up some stuff so he had me go to his RV, get this little USB kind of key thing that he needed to like set up the software stuff. So he's like, hey, we need this pretty ASAP. Can you overnight it today? Or this morning, last night, he's like, can you do it today? I was like, yeah, of course. So I got up a little, slept in a little bit, went to his RV, got the little USB key. And then I went to the closest UPS. Fargo, North Dakota had a quick medical procedure. They have better medical. Okay, so I'm glad that Kristen's doing well. I knew that's why you were there, but I didn't want to say it on the air unless you said something, Harry. So his wife had a medical procedure.
We are glad she's doing well.
And she's doing well. So he's in Fargo, North Dakota.
I hear that it might be cold there sometimes.
Man, so he FaceTimed me the other day, and he's like driving in the snow and ice. I'm like,
While FaceTime.
yeah, why FaceTiming me with Kristen?
That is so Eric.
With Kristen in the with passenger seat. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, I could never do that. In a blind versus blind scenario,
Look at this.
Jack 7 suited for Chris Mays and Jason K with ace deuce suited. Jason opening it.
3 or 4 check.
Would like to see bet his entire range here.
Yeah.
5 check.
Gonna check. See if Chris uses some aggression. No, not with that card. Not gonna see a lot of aggression from Chris.
No, I think that pretty much shuts down the action.
So look for a small bet, 20K, 25K.
20,000.
Pretty standard bet here to try to induce a call. Bet's a quarter pot. 15 degrees North Dakota. Hi-ya.
15. That's a real number.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, so I go to the UPS store. I said, hey, this needs to go to North Dakota
Now.
What's like? I was like, I don't care how much.
Spare no expense.
I said, I don't care how much it costs.
Right.
Blah blah blah. He's like, it can get there tomorrow at 9:00 for $125.
All right, I might care a little bit. Hang on. Now I'm starting to feel some cares.
And then the guy's like, 10:30, it's $83. I was like, okay. So
All
I
right,
call Eric.
getting better.
I told him the option. He's like, is there a noon option?
For like 60?
Yeah, I was like, is there a noon option? He's like, the guy said, well, it'll get there by 5 p.m. tomorrow, whatever. By noon tomorrow, wherever it is. And I was like, well, how much is that? $70.
Ugh.
And I was like,
Well, if you're gonna pay 70, might as well pay the 83.
Yeah, so I paid the $83 or $84.
That's exactly right. You got to go where the value is.
Yeah, because Eric's like, whatever costs, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So thinking it's going to be
$30.
$50?
Yeah.
$50? And she's
Sure.
like, 120 something. I'm like, oh. Call Eric. Yeah, he's like, is there a noon option? I was like, look, I couldn't stop laughing because that was how I felt as well. I was like, hi-ya.
Woo.
It's pretty steep.
That is steep.
Hijack versus Button?
Chris May's mixing it up in a few hands.
Yeah.
Look at this. He does connect a pair. Oh.
And he knows this
He's
is
just
not
eliminating equity.
Yeah, and he knows when Peter opens there and checks the flop, that's definitely not a board that's good for his hijack opening
Absolutely.
range. And again, Chris has a ton of backdoor equity with a gutter to the straight backdoor hearts. Going to put Peter to the test, knowing that Peter has played pretty relatively tight
Very
this
tight.
final table.
Yeah,
So
very
good
conservative
move.
player.
Yeah, good move by Chris to get him to lay ace high down, even though ace jack was the best hand at that point.
Look at the VPIP here.
There are VPIP statistics. No surprise, Chris Mays with the highest VPIP at 41%. Bobby, Monty, and Peter at 20% and below.
Every time he sits at my table, he says, I got $50, whoever knocks him out.
Who's he talking about?
I don't know.
So we hear Chris Mays telling the story that a player at the final table may not be anybody that's at the table right now, but puts a $50 bounty on Chris's head. We don't know who that is, but someone is trying to sweeten the incentive
Right.
to knock Chris out of his own tournament.
Two call.
Oh, Peter with ace 10, just a flat.
Would have liked to have seen Peter open the
I
suited
would
ace
too.
under the gun six-handed. It's pretty standard open, but electing just to limp.
Especially with Peter's table image right now.
Yeah. See if Bobby's going to squeeze here. Sees a lot of weakness.
I want to see it so much.
Oh, he paid her 5 on his hand? I'm not going to lie. I don't remember the hand. Oh, 8-5. You're right.
Six call.
Oh, Adam comes in and says he knows who it is. Well, share.
Seven check. Four players.
Share. We want to know. Is the or tell us, is that player still at the table now if you don't want to share in the chat?
I don't even know what you're talking about because I'm trying to watch everything.
The $50 bounty. The
Oh.
player that puts the optional bounty on Chris.
Check. Check around.
Monty with the best hand with middle pair. Checks around on the flop. Oh, Bobby.
Ooh.
Looks like he's going to get
Seven check. 2, 3 check.
checking for deception on the turn. Probably going to make a move
Good.
here. See if what he's definitely going to lead out here on the river. About 25K, half pot.
15,000.
Yeah, really small value bet. Dawson saying Chris is the reason I'm scared of cash games.
3 fold.
And he shows. Ooh, I don't know that I like the show, but
Well, he had the show. Because
did he go show that? I didn't see the call.
But he let 15K into
Ah.
50K, and Monty snap call with the
makes
8.
perfect sense then. I got distracted by the chat.
Yeah, and I don't. When you have such a small stack and you bet the river, you bet. You have 5 big blinds and you bet 2 big blinds, and like, why aren't you just ripping? I'm like,
Right.
No, it's a strong move.
It is.
Like, there was actually a hand. Don't want to give away my strategy, my tournament strategy. I opened under the gun +1 with 10s, and a guy had like 15 big blinds, and he raises me half his stack. And I'm like, it comes back all the way to me, and I'm like, And literally in my head, I'm thinking, if you have ace king, you're ripping it. Ace queen, you're ripping it. Jacks queens, you're ripping it. You're only doing that with aces or kings. And I literally tank fold. I literally said aces or kings, and I was like, I fold, and he flips over aces. I fell for that once this summer, and I was like, I'm such an idiot. But now, like when I see that move, that
It highlights now.
yeah. Monty gonna go squeeze with queen 7 suit in the blind versus blind scenario again versus Peter, knowing that Peter's been playing very snug and tight this final table.
A meat locker.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we are commentating quote unquote live. Again, we're on a 10-minute delay here.
We are. We are in a production room that is maybe 10 feet from the table.
If you just saw that picture, that little door behind there.
To the left of the dealer's arm, there's a black door. We are behind that door.
That's us in there.
Yep.
And Monty making another final table here. A regular here at Poker House. And so is Arthur, Bobby, and 60. A lot of these players.
This feels like the Poker House Batcave.
Yeah.
Bobby, with pocket jacks, ships it all in for $125,000.
Peter going to get his chips in here. I think he's going to learn his lesson.
I mean, we've seen this before, queens versus jacks.
Yeah, now he knows.
He's like, not twice.
And it's pretty standard play. Cutoff jam
Yeah.
for 12 bigs. Call for about 22 bigs.
No. Peter standing up for dramatic effect. He is not really at risk.
Here we go to the flop.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He
And
is
Bobby-
exceptionally at risk now.
Yeah.
And that is it. Subtle. My goodness.
Not a scary all-in when you flop quads, Dawson. No, he didn't fold. The one time he doesn't fold it, he gets out flop by quads.
Wow.
How dirty is that? Nice double up by Bobby in the cutoff. Now up to 27 big blinds.
I didn't see when Eric's comment came in. He says, will Peter fold queen, queen again? I don't know if that was before or after the hand played out, but I'll bet you he folds it next time.
Yeah. And Dawson with about 13 big blinds, six-handed.
Yeah. Wow is right.
13 big blinds. It's a pretty standard shove with jacks. Pretty game theory optimal jam there.
This is definitely an action-heavy final table,
Yeah.
though. That's why we fold QQ pre. That is absolute. Eric says that's why we fold queen, queen pre.
I can't even read half these comments. Eric and I have a bunch of just like inside jokes. They're like, I'm going to get in trouble.
Always have it.
They're not going to let me back in the booth ever again after a few more times.
7 fold.
Yeah, and Dawson, when you jam jacks and Peter re-jams, especially again as tight as he's playing, you know you're probably in big trouble.
Right.
3 fold.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
So does that count for his one outer? Since he hit 2
Yeah, I guess
on the
so.
flop?
Needed running queens. Bobby's still ahead.
I would like to see Bobby bet out.
Definitely would like to see him bet out there.
Yeah. Chris develops some slight equity now on this turn.
Then especially from opening, did he? Yeah, he just limped in.
15,000 fold.
So Chris is setting up for the steal and or hoping to connect a small flush.
Check.
Hits nothing and surrenders the hand just as you're good.
Bobby moving his way up the chip leadership leaderboard.
We've seen this before with Bobby. Bobby is no stranger to our live stream tables.
Yeah. And we thought we were going to be down to 5-handed, still at 6-handed after Bobby doubles up with quad jacks against pocket queens of Peter.
Yeah, puts Arthur at risk now with 3 bigs. Coming around quick. If you find yourself watching the stream and enjoying what you see and you want to come play, you can join us. We're located in Dallas, Texas. We're at 1676 Regal Row. You see the address there on the scroll at the bottom of the screen. We're a 24-hour club.
You know, I actually don't know the actual address here. I just know how to get here. There's like 10 places.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, there's like 10 places in Dallas. I know. It's like 3 of them are poker rooms, and 7 of them are like. One of them is where I live, and the other 6 are food establishments.
Yeah, we're conveniently located right near airport.
Right? Both airports, actually.
True, both airports. I forget about the other one.
Oh wow, Chris Mays just.
Look at that. Chris flops the flush. Yep.
30,000 feet pop.
Plus the pew pew. Oh, that's right. I know where both gun ranges are, men. You're correct. So it's like 12 places I know how to get to. Chris Mays just flopping the world with the flush already.
Yeah, Chris is just leading a clinic on how to take the victory out of this tournament.
And wow, blind versus blind scenario. Jason with top pair and also a better flush draw. Let's see what Jason chooses to do. Was it a check raise?
Seemingly, yeah.
Flop, all in, 4 call.
Absolutely. Now, Chris is at risk. To lose this hand, but not his stack. Another club comes. Chris already has the flush. Jason's trying to draw to a slightly better flush. And again with the dramatic roll of the cards. Good job, Stacy. Chris holds the flop flush. Great playing. Fantastic job. All right. You see Chris May still with 50 bigs at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah,
And
totally
we're down
dominant.
to 5-handed.
Did he leave?
Chris Mays with 50 big blinds. Bobby with 20 big blinds. Peter and Arthur and Monty with less than 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So now you hear them talking. He did get 6th place for going out.
The first one to get paid, right? Yes.
He is
Oh, so
unaware that he's in the pay.
Oh, Jason didn't know he was in the money.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So now they have to go catch him, make sure he gets his money.
So what happens? Like, let's say he leaves.
This has happened before. We put his money in an envelope. We seal it in the cage, and we alert the players. Since we have everybody, we are a private membership club, so you have to have a membership to be in the room.
Okay.
Part of that membership is getting all of your info, your contact info, and so we will look you up. We have you in the system by name and card number, and we will contact you and just tell you that you
Gotcha.
left your money here or you left your belongings here, so you can come pick it up at your leisure.
Gotcha. Monte under the gun, going to jam an ace, suited about 6 big blinds. Arthur with pocket 7 is going to call with about 3 big blinds. Going to put Bobby in a precarious position here with 18 big blinds. Not going to cost him a significant amount of money.
Right.
Has the opportunity to bust 2 players and elects to fold. Boom, boom goes in dynamite, Greg Stowe.
Nice.
No, you didn't. We didn't lose audio because I just confirmed we didn't.
Yeah, all the clubs folded. Yep, it's just Monty. He does not know that he's got way less clubs to hit.
7 still ahead here on the flop. Monte's pretty much just drawing to an ace or backdoor wheel draw.
Still needs the ace.
Ace and an ace
That's his
only.
only option now.
Oh, and gets there and eliminates Arthur. Now
Wow.
down to 4-handed.
Look at that, and he ladders up.
Nice ICM jump for Monty there. Was a short stack when we first started.
He was.
4 or 5 players remaining now. Monty, Chris, Bobby, and Peter.
I think we're at 4.
4 players
So
left.
the graphic was before they
Okay.
actually
Yeah,
busted
updated.
the player. Yep. You can hear Chris being the consummate host, wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. For those that aren't going to make it back for next week, obviously we're going to be delayed on Thanksgiving Day
Right.
opening. So if you are keeping track, we're going to close at 3 a.m. Thanksgiving morning. Allow our staff to our night staff to get home, actually sleep
Yeah.
a bit, and spend the morning and the afternoon with their families for Thanksgiving. And then we're going to open our doors at 3 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. just in time to turn on the
50,000.
Cowboy game, which I
Right.
believe starts at 3:30. So we see Monty now. Very next hand wakes up with pocket queens. Chris Mays did open with pocket fours. It's an all-in and a call. Queens versus fours. So Monty's at risk.
She's been good to me tonight.
Stacy has been good to Chris tonight. Stacy is the dealer in the box, doing an
Four in
excellent
the window.
job.
Oh,
I know.
Queen's looking good right now. Looking for a nice little double up. Not going to be too much for Chris.
No,
So.
not a lot of damage.
Ruh-roh.
Developed some additional equity now. Looking for a 3. Does not get it. Monty holds with the queens. Nice hand.
Now up to 21 big blinds. Chris still in a good position now with 21 big blinds. 4 players remaining. Fourth place guaranteed minimum of $804.
Yep. Now we're updated. There it is. Chris May still at the top of the leaderboard.
Now we got a poker game for
We have a poker game. Monty's in second place now. He has climbed all the way up.
And Bobby had the good chip stack to begin with. Lost some chips. Had that nice little double up with quad jacks versus Peter's queens.
one time just because I host and I don't care. It's $1,500 a piece right now. Don't take 4 ways to shot.
Chris proposing the chop. Peter accepting
Peter
the chop.
quickly accepts. Did they just chop? Is that the game?
And it
Is that it? Did we just do a 4-way chop at $1,500 a piece?
Listen to the audio mic.
No, I host it, so I mean, anything could happen.
Look
And I've
at
got an hour
that.
drive, so I'm ready to go. It's late.
Congratulations.
Y'all
And
remember
that is
next
the
time I
game.
show up. Hey,
Fantastic playing, gentlemen.
I know they're ready
Look
to go.
at that.
She's probably ready to go.
What an unexpected turn of
Whatever
events.
y'all want.
Hey, what is it? 15, 17. Give us 15. Put the extra 7 in for the dealer.
Well,
And
there you have it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Again,
Congratulations to the Final Four.
for you 60 remaining viewers, there you have it. Chris saying, hey, this is his tournament. Offered to chop it. Everybody accepted. I know Eric with the not happy face and with the chop wants to see some blood. I do too, but I totally get it. With the holidays coming up,
I do understand it because it is his tournament. Chris, being chip leader, did offer the chop. So saying that it is his tournament, he's trying to be a proper host. So
yeah. And with that being said, there's the remaining prize pool.
Very
The chop is
classy
about
play.
15, 17, 4 ways. And Chris said, hey, look, you guys have to tip the dealer pool X amount of dollars. So a very fair deal. I know Peter wanted that. We only had 6 big blinds left. So
what a generous deal.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
Eric saying boo. I don't disagree with you, but I totally get where Chris is coming from. He says he also has an hour drive back home. So,
And Peter now has an incrable story with his
Yeah.
layover.
yeah, and he made money.
He made money.
Pay for his whole, unless depending the airport flight paid for his
His stay?
his stay. So
Yeah, quite possibly. What
I
a
mean,
way to
but-
spend your layover, though.
yeah, unless he had the Uber or whatever. So he made some money here a little bit tonight. So
Good for him. It was nice to see Peter in the room. Nice to meet you, Peter.
I don't know what the plan is for streaming tomorrow and or Saturday. So
Yeah, I don't know that we have a plan yet. You have not had a break this week.
yeah, and
I think let's give you a break.
yeah, and Derek saying, "Damn bubble boy here, just missing out on the bubble here, just out of the money, but a good little run there for you, Derek. Congratulations, good game today, this evening."
Speaking of streaming, so do we have streams that we can post for tomorrow and Saturday?
Yeah, I can
Give you a break, and then we'll reconvene on Sunday?
Yeah, we
All
can
right.
definitely do that. So either we're going to be back live tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to go fire or not. San Antonio, the Millie, maybe not. But again, thank you for doing. We had nearly 670 viewers this evening
Yeah, this was great.
for this final table.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
So-
it just grows bigger and bigger. Help us grow the show. Thank you all once again. One last pitch and plug. If you have not yet done it, please go to YouTube, hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, share the stream. We appreciate everyone's feedback and following along with the chat. So the chat keeps us engaged into the game. This is a lot of fun for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's us for here. Me, Eddie, the Asian Sensation, and Matt here at Poker House Dallas in Dallas, Texas.